Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Sir, and today I am going to present you how to solve arithmetic problems, and the topic that we are going to discuss today is number system. And in this topic we will be discussing the first subtopic of this topic. It will be going to be number system, unit digit. Now suppose if I am given a number, let us say if I am given a, let us say, number 23 into 71 into 43. Now if someone tell me that I have to find unit place of this entire multiplication, so one of the procedures is that I multiply entire number, and then I will be solving this multiplication, and I will be reporting the unit digit of this number. But there is one more way around that I just only focus on unit digits, that is 3, 1 and 1. So if I multiply 3 into 1, that is 3, then 3 into 3 is going to be 9. So the unit place of this number is going to be 9. Let us consider one more example. Let us say 43 into 47 into 89 into 21 into 37. Now again I have to report unit place of this number. So how I'm going to report it? I will be just focusing on unit digits of each and every number: 3, 7, 9, 1, 7. So 3 into 7 is 21. So instead of focusing on 21, I will be focusing on 1 only, because I have to focus on unit digit. Then 1 into 9 is going to be 9. 9 into 1 is again going to be 9, and 9 into 7 is going to be 63. Then again my unit digit will be 3. So this is how we find unit digit of this much big multiples. Now for example, someone tells me that I have to find 2 to the power 93. Now if someone tells me that I have to find unit digit of this number, so how I will find that the unit digit of this number? So before we understand that how to calculate unit digit of any number which has some very big power, let us understand some basics here. Let us understand that usually I categorize my numbers, that is from 0 to 9. We have 10 digits in total, 0 to 9. So I categorize these digits in 3 subcategories. The first category that I categorize into is in which those numbers which I categorize in the first category are 0, 1, 5, 6. The reason behind that I have put them into the first category is because each and every number, for an example, let me explain you by example. Let us say if I tell you 11 to the power 1. So what you will be repeating? You will be reporting 11, and that means unit places 1 here. If I say 11 to the power 2, it will be 121, unit places again 1. If I tell you 11 to the power 3, so it is going to be 1331, unit places 1 again. If I say 11 to the power 4, so you will be getting 14641, again unit places 1. That means whatever number you observe in your question, that is 11 to the power 1, 11 to the power 2, 11 to the power 3, 11 to the power 4, means in each and every part that is before expansion, you get the same unit place after the expansion as well. So 11 to the power 1, unit place is 1. Here also you have 1 to the power 2, unit place is 1. Here also unit place was 1. Here also unit place is 1. Here also, and in means before the expansion of our number and after the expansion of our number as well, we can see that our unit place does not change. Now consider another number. Let us say 15. So 15 is, or let us consider 5. 15, 5 here, any number you can consider. I am considering 5 here. 5 to the power 1 is 5. 5 to the power 2 is 25. That is unit place again 5. 5 to the power 3 is 125. Unit place is again 5. 5 to the power 4 is 625. 5 to the power 5 is 3125. Means here again I am observing that I have the same unit place which was prior to expansion as well and after the expansion as well. In the same way, you can take 10 to the power 1, 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 3. So that's why I'm categorizing these numbers into our first category, because no matter what is the power of these numbers, they will always produce the same unit digit as they are. So that hence I can say that in a standard manner, I can say that these numbers have cyclicity equal to 1. Means these numbers, unit place of these numbers keeps on repeating themselves after every single power. 11 to the power 1, 11 to the power 2, 11 to the power 3 means after every power you can observe that you always get the same unit place which was prior to expansion and after to expansion. Now the second category the numbers that I put into second category is 4 and 9. These two numbers belongs to my second category. Why I am putting them in the second category? Because if I say 4 to the power 1, I will be getting 4. If I do 4 to the power 2, I will be getting 16. That means 6 at the unit place. I will be getting 6 at the unit place. I should also be checking if someone have doubt or not. So I can see that 4 to the power 2 is 16, that is unit place is 6. Then 4 to the power 3 is going to be 64, unit place is 4 here. 4 to the power 4 is going to be 256, unit place is 6. That means for every odd power of 4, I will be getting 4 at the unit place. And for every even power of 4, I will be getting 6 at the unit place. Means alternatively, I will be getting 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6 and it will keep on repeating. Hence here I say that cyclicity of 4 is 2. Here I can say that cyclicity of 4 is 2. The same principle applies to 9 as well. 9 to the power 4 is 9. Sorry, 9 to the power 1 is 9. 9 to the power 2 is 81. 9 to the power 3 is 729. 9 to the power 4, if I'm not wrong, it is 8841. So you can see that the unit place here is 9191. That means for every odd power of 9, I will be getting 9 at the unit place. And for every even power of 9, I will be getting 1 at the unit place. Now, the third category that I usually make, in third category, I put my numbers to be 2, 3, 7 and 8. The reason I put them into the third category is because this category is one of the most interesting categories, and most of the time you will be seeing the questions belong to this category only in your any of the exam, whether it is NIFT, UCEED, in any of the exams. You will be observing from these category of numbers, you will be seeing a lot of questions. Now, the reason I put them into the third category is because, let us say if I do 2 raised to the power 1, I will be getting 2 at the unit place. If I do 2 raised to the power 2, I will be getting 4 at the unit place. If I will be doing 2 raised to the power 3, I will be getting 8 at the unit place. If I do 2 raised to the power 4, I will be getting 16, that is 6 at the unit place. When I do 2 raised to the power 5, I again get 32. That means again I reach to the same number where I had started from, that is 2. So means after every fourth power, I am getting the same number which I had got in our 2 raised to the power 1. Will these all numbers be repeating themselves? Let us have a look. 2 raised to the power 6 is 64. That means 2, 4, 8 and then 6. So 2, 4. 2 raised to the power 7 is 128. 2, 4, 8. In the same way, 2 raised to the power 8 is going to be 256. Unit place is 6. Means after every fourth power, the numbers are repeating themselves. Hence, I would say that the cyclicity of 2 is 4. The cyclicity of not only 2, but or 3, 7, 8 as well. So let me tell you a quick review of all these numbers. I have number 2, 3, 7 and 8, and I have to find unit digits of each number. So I will be doing 2 raised to the power 1, 2, then 3 and then 4. So I can see that 2 raised to the power is going to be 1, 2 raised to the power 2 is going to be 4, 2 raised to the power 3 is going to be 8 and 2 raised to the power going to be 16. That is unit place pay. We will be getting 6. In the same way, 3 to the power 1 is 3, 3 to the power 2 is 9, 3 to the power 3 is 27. Unit place pay, I will be getting 7. 3 to the power 4 is 81. Unit place pay, I will be getting 1. 7 to the power 1 is 7. 7 to the power 2 is 49. So that means unit place pay 9. 7 to the power 3 is 343. Unit place pay 3. And 7 to the power 4 is 2401. Unit place pay 1. So you must be wondering that do you need to remember 7 to the power 4? I would say as of now, no. Why? Because I can write 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. So you do not need to remember what is 7 raised to the power 4 in order to find unit place of this number. What you can simply do is that 7 into 7 is 49. That means you will be getting 9 at the unit place after 2 multiplication of 7. Then this 9 into 7, this 9 into 7 will give you 63. That means you will be getting 3 at the unit place. Now then again 3 into 7 is going to be 21. That is 1 at the unit place you will be getting. So you get, instead of remembering 7 to the power 4 as of now, you can simply find out this way, that what will be at the unit place when you will do 7 to the power 4. When you will do 8 to the power 1, you will be getting 8. 8 to the power 2 is 64. The unit place where you will be getting 4. 8 to the power 3 is 512. Unit place where you will be getting 2. And 8 to the power 4 is again 512 into 8. 512 into 8. Interestingly, even I do not know what exactly 8 to the power 4 is. For a while I have forgotten this. But I do not need to remember what exactly 8 to the power 4 in order to find the unit place of this number. I remember 8 to the power 3 is 512. Or even if you do not remember what is 8 to the power 3, you can simply go by this way, the way we found for 7 to the power 3, 7 to the power 4 in this way. So 8 to the power 4 is 512 into 8. So 2 into 8 is going to be 16. That means unit place where you will be getting 6. So after every fourth power, you will be getting the same unit digit each and every time. Now this was all about the introduction of this part. Now I would request all of you, those who are watching us, to try these questions, and I give you a minute, and do let me know in the comment box that what are the answer that you are getting. I am waiting for your responses. And I'm waiting for that. So have you got this? Okay. So now do let me calculate before you that how we are going to find 23 to the power 31. We have to find unit place again. Obviously we are not going to expand this much big number. So to 23 to the power 31. So what the first step that I have to observe is that I have to observe the unit place of the actual number. So I have 3 to the power 31. So it will be sufficient, or I would say it will be enough to calculate the unit digit of 3 to the power 31 instead of 23 to the power 31, because in both the cases the unit digit is going to be the same, because unit digit, whether it is 23 to the power 31 or 3 to the power 31, the unit digit in both the cases is same in our question as well. So what I can see that 3 to the power 31 can be written as 4 into 7 plus 3. Now you must be confused by that, why did I write in this way? Because 4 represents our cyclicity. Basically, you can say that this 31 can be written as 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus, and it goes on. Then this is 7 times 4, then plus 3. Then what does this 7 times 4 represent? It represents that your unit digit is keep on repeating after every fourth power. When will it change? It will change in 29th power, 30th power, and then in 31st power. So that's why I'm writing 31 as 4 into 7. This 4 into 7 is not going to disturb your unit digit. So you can ignore this. So you will be just writing 3 to the power 3. 3 to the power 3 is 27. That means you will be getting 7 at the unit place. So I hope you must have understood this. Then 28 to the power 44. So 28 to the power 44. So 8 to the power 44. 8 to the power 44 is 8 to the power 4 into 11. Now since there is no remainder, you will be writing it plus 0. Now some of you might be observing that 8 now, or thinking that 8 to the power 0, that is going to be 1. But think again that if I do 28 to the power 44, 28 is an even number, and even number has some power. So will I be getting 1, which is an odd number, at the unit place? Obviously no. So what went wrong here? The thing that we have done wrong here is that 4 into 11 plus 0. So we should not be writing 8 to the power 0 here. Unlike previous case, I had written 3 raised to the power 3. We should not be writing 8 to the power 0. Instead, we should be writing 8 to the power 4. Why am I writing this? The reason behind is that this 4 indicates that it is complete. Since there is no remainder, that means we have again cyclicity of 4 only. That means we will again be writing 8 to the power 4 only, and 8 to the power 4, that means we will be getting 8 into 8 into 8 into 8, that means we will be getting 6 at the unit place. I repeat it, we should not be writing 8 to the power 0, because practically it is not possible to have an even number have the unit place as 1. So we should be writing 8 to the power 4, or you can simply write in this, you can understand in this way, 4 into 10 plus 4. I have deliberately written in this way, 4 into 10 plus 4. So this 4 indicates that your cycle has been completed. Remainder is 0. Cycle has been completed. So you will be writing 8 to the power 4. That means you will be getting 6 at the unit place. Now the third question is, and third and fourth, both the questions are very interesting. We have 23 factorial to the power 37. Now in our previous questions we had seen that we had unit place with us, that for example in 23 to the power 31 you could have said that we have unit place as 3 in our question. We have 8 at our unit place in our question. Now this is 23 factorial. Now those who do not know what exactly factorial is, for example if I said 7 factorial, so 7 factorial is nothing but 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If I say 3 factorial, so 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1, and it goes on. In the same way, 23 is factorial is 23 into 22 into 21 into 20, and it keeps on going till 1. And this entire multiplication has power 37. Now I'm waiting for your answer in the chat box, that if you are able to answer me this unit digit of this number or not. By the way, this question looks tricky, but this question is way more easy than the previous questions we have done in terms of calculation. It is of one step only. Both are this question, both this third question and this fourth question, both are very easy. Can you tell me what exactly the unit place of these numbers? I am waiting for your reply in the comment section. Can you? So, in order to find unit place of this number, the first thing that we should know is that what exactly is going to be at the unit place of this expansion. This expansion is 23 factorial. For a while, forget this 37. The first thing I'm thinking about, what exactly will come at the unit place when I will expand 23 into 22 into 21 into, and I will keep on multiplying until 1. So you can clearly see that this 23 has 120 with it. What's wrong with this 20, or what's benefit this 20 is that 20 has 0 with it. Now since 20 has 0 with it, obviously this entire multiplication will be giving me at least 1 0 at the unit place. I do not care what exactly the expansion of this big number is. I only know is that this expansion definitely going to have a 0 at the unit place, and this 0 has power 37. So 0 to the power anything, I will be getting 0 at the unit place. So see how easy it was. Similarly, let us say now let's have a look at the second question. Again, the concept is same, but this question is different from the previous one. We have 23 to the power 37 factorial. 37 factorial is nothing but 37 into 36 into 35, and I will keep on multiplying till 1. Now this time I clearly have unit place with me, that is 3. Now 23 does not have factorial. Instead my power has factorial. So this I can say that there is 3 to the power 37, 36, 35, and I will keep on multiplying until 1. Now I have to find unit place of this number. Now I know that this 3 belongs to my third category, and for my third category I check if this number can it be written in the form of 4n plus something or not. So what exactly I have to do? I should divide this number by 4. I should be dividing this number by 4. The previously also I had done in this way. For example, this 44. Let us say 44 was written as 4 into something plus something. Or you can simply say 4 into 11. Yani ki this 44 can be written in the form of 4 into n, where n is some integer. So in the same way, I should think, can this 37 factorial, can it be written in the form of 4 into something? So how to find it? The best way is that I divide it by 4. If it is completely divisible by 4, I can say that I can write this entire number in the form of 4n. So can I cancel this 4 by this 37 into 36 into 35 up to 1? So obviously 4 and 36 are going to be cancelled. Now you must be thinking that what is 37 into 9 into 35 into 34 into 33, and it keeps on multiplying up to 1. So you should not be worrying about what exactly this multiplication is, because it is not our job to find it out. What we had to find out was whether this number was divisible by 4 or not. Why did we divide it by 4? In order to check its cyclicity. So its cyclicity is 4. This 3 to the power something can be written as 4 into something, 4 into some big number. That means I can say that I will be saying that this 3, I can say that this is going to have 3 to the power 4 as its unit place. So 3 to the power 4 is nothing but 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 is 81. That means you will be getting 1 at the unit place of this expansion. That is 23 to the power 37 factorial. I hope you must have understood this. Now, next question is, 642 to the power 21 into 195 to the power 34 into 199 to the power 211. Now this 642, so 2 has cyclicity of 4, so I can write 2 to the power 9 has some or odd power, it always yields 9 at the unit place. For example, 9 to the power 1 is 9, 9 to the power 3 is 729. So here as well, I have 9 to the power 211. 211 is an odd number. So obviously it will be giving me 9 at the unit place. So this 4 into 5 is not going to disturb my unit place. So I will be writing 2 raised to the power 1 plus 5 plus 7. This gives me 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. That means I will be getting 4 at the unit place. I hope you understood this. Let's move towards our next question. This is 374 to the power 111 minus 166 to the power 112. 24, 4 to the power 111 minus 6 to the power 112. I have to find unit place only. I should not be worried about what exactly this 374 to the power 111 is. So the unit place of 374 to the power 111 is going to be 4 has this odd power. So whenever 4 has this odd power, this 4 will always produce 4 at the unit place. If we have 4 to the power even number, it will be producing 6 at the unit place. For example, 4 to the power 2, 16, 6 at the unit place. So 4 to the power odd number going to give me 4 at the unit place minus 6 to the power something. 6 to the power something will always give me 6 at the unit place. Now answer that we get here is minus 2. Now there will be two thought processes, two wrong thought processes that you may come up with. Someone may report that had I put this negative sign in front of 2, the whole definition of this number would change and it will yield me 14. This is not 162 anymore or 160 anymore. So that is why this unit place, tens place are not negative in general, right? We do not put them with a negative sign. So then what is, so you are subtracting this, subtract this. For example, instead I do 274 and 276. So how would you subtract this? You will be subtracting using that, let us say that you are taking carry from the previous number. So it will be 14 minus 6. It is going to be 8. So you will be getting 8 at the unit place, right? So minus 2 is not the answer. The correct answer is 10 minus 2. That is 8. Where does this 10 comes from? Basically this 10 is nothing but the carry that you took from the previous number. When you take carry, so this 4 becomes 14. So how does this 4 becomes 14? You have taken 10 as carry, right? So our correct answer is 8 here. I hope you must have understood this. Now the next topic that we are going to discuss is remainder theorem. So you all know that in remainder theorem, we know one thing that we have been studying for so long since our junior classes, that dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And this time I am interested in remainder. I am not interested in quotient, because many of the students while calculating quotients based on this topic, they focus on quotient instead of remainder. For example, if I tell you what will be the remainder when I will divide 27 upon 7. So the remainder is going to be 6. 7 3s are 21 and the remainder is going to be 6. In this part, I am not interested in this part. So 3 is our quotient here, which again I am least interested in, or I would say I am not interested in. 6 is remainder here. And this 7 was divisor. What this 27 was then? It was dividend. So 27 can be written as 3, sorry, it should be 7 into 3 plus 6. 7 is the divisor in our case, 3 is quotient, and 6 is remainder. One thing that you should notice is that remainders are positive numbers. Why remainders are positive numbers? Because remainder means something extra. Remainder means what? What is left after the division. Remainder is something that is left. So this remainder is something left or something extra, and whenever something extra, it cannot be negative, it is always positive, it is always the additional amount that you are left with. So that is why this is the basic understanding of remainder. Remainders are positive, right? Now remember this thing that remainders are positive, because in our questions we will be going to discuss it a little further. Now, for example, I have this question. I have to find remainder in this case. But before this, let us solve a simple question first. Let us say 27 to the power 27 upon 7. Now this 27 upon 7 was 3 into 7 plus 6 upon 7. As I told you, this 3 into 7 is something I am least interested in. I would say that this 3 into 7 is not going to give me any remainder, because 3, if I separate these two terms, I would be getting 3 into 7 upon 7 plus 6 upon 7. So here 7 and 7 will be cancelled, hence there will be no remainder. In this case my remainder is 0. So when remainder is 0, that is of no use for me. So then what will be the remainder? Remainder is 6 here. In this case my remainder is 6. So I can say that I am only interested in what is left after we read our table, right? In the same way, if I were to find remainder in 45 into 64 upon 7, if I were to find remainder in this case, so what will be remainder? What will be my remainder? I can see that 7, 6 and 42, that means this 45 is 3 greater than 42, so I will be writing plus 3 into 7 9s are 63, that means this 64 is 1 greater than 63, so that is 1 with the positive sign upon 7. So I will be getting 3 as my remainder in this case. Even if you multiply 45 and 64 and divide by 7, I promise you, you will be getting 3 as your remainder. This is one of the approaches. Second approach is again 45 into 64 upon 7. Now here I had read table up to 7 6 are 42. I can also go to 7 7s are 49. Instead of reading till 7 6 are 42, I can go to 7 6 7 7s are 49. That means this 45 is 4 lesser than 49. So this is minus 4 into 64. Now it is up to you. You can go to 63 and then you can again go to 70 as well. If you read 7 tens are 70, so that means this 64 is 6 lesser than 70, so you will be writing minus 6 upon 7. So minus 4 into minus 6 is going to be 24 upon 7. 24 upon 7 is 7 3s are 21. Again remainder is 3. So whether you find in this way or you find in this way, the remainder is going to be the same, right? The reason I told you both the approaches is because it depends through which approach we get our calculation easy, right? You could have done in this way as well. 45. So 45 into 64 can be done in this way as well. That 7 6 are 45. So 7 6 are 42. That means 3 is extra, or you can say 45 is 3 greater than 42 into this is going to be 7 tens are 70. So that means this 64 is 6 lesser than 70. So you will be writing minus 6 upon 7. So this is going to be minus 18 upon 7. Minus 18 upon 7 is 7 2s are 14. You will be getting minus 4 upon 7. Now some of the students will be saying that here you get a different answer, but I would again say that you did not get a different answer. As I told you earlier, minus cannot be your remainder. A negative number cannot be your remainder. So what is my remainder then? My remainder is 7 minus 4. It is going to be 3. Why did I do that? Because as I told you this from the definition of remainder, remainders are in general positive. So in order to make this number positive, I subtracted 7 minus 4, that is 3. Now some of you may be questioning me that is it the only reason that I subtracted 7 minus 4? No, this is not only the reason. The reason here is, let us say, consider this example. Let us say if I say 29. 29 is 8 into 3 plus 5. So this 5 is remainder here. Some of you may also write, instead of writing 8 table of 8 3 times, you can also read it up to 4 times. 8 into 4, 32. But your actual number was 29. That means 3, you will have to subtract minus 3. So will you be saying that your remainder is minus 3? Obviously you won't be doing so. Why is it so? Because remainder is not minus 3, it is 8 minus 3, that is 5, as we had done in our previous case. You had gone one step ahead. That is why it is your job to come back again at the previous stage, right? So the correct answer, the correct remainder is 5 here. Now I have to find 35 into 173 into 1748 into 1749 into 1753, which is divided by 7. I have to find remainder in this case. So what I will do is that 17 2s are 35. That means I am one step ahead. 17 2s are 34 and this is 35. That means this 35 is 1 greater than 34. Then 173 upon 70. So you can write as 17 tens are 170 and 3 is remainder. Here as well, 1748 can be written as 1700 plus 48. So 1700 plus 48, that is 1700 upon 17 is going to get you 0 as your remainder. Now what only you are left with is 48. So 48 upon 17 is going to be 17 2s are 34. 14 is your remainder. So you will be getting 14 as your remainder. But again, this 14 okay, for why I am writing is 14. In the same way, this is 1700 plus 49. So 1700 will yield 0 as my remainder. 17 2s are 34. The digit which is left is 15. 34, 49 minus 34 is 15. In the same way, 17 3s are 51. So I will be getting 2 as remainder. So what will be my remainder then? 1 into 3 into 14 into 15 into 2 upon 17. Now multiply all these numbers, divide by 17, you will be getting your remainder. But I find that this 14 into 15 is bit lengthier to calculate. Then what I will do? I will simply do, instead of writing 17 2s are 34, I am going one step ahead. 17 3s are 51. 17 3s are 51, but this 48 is 3 lesser. So instead of writing 14, I will be writing minus 3 here. I deliberately writing minus 3 here. Why? Because I am not reading up to 17 2s are 34. I am going to till 17 3s are 51. That means this 48 is 3 less than 51. In the same way, this 49 is 2 less than 51. So I will be writing minus 2 into this 1753. 17 3s are 51. Remainder is 2. So I will be getting, what is my remainder? 1 into 3 is 3. 3 into minus 3 is minus 9. Minus 9 into minus 2 is 18. 18 into 2 is 36. 36 upon 17. So 17 2s are 34. I will be getting 2 as remainder. This is how we calculate remainder, right? Now, this is the next type of question where I will be finding 2 raised to the power 33 upon 9. So, whenever you deal with power, what you do is that anyhow you try to make the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. Why do we do so? The reason is because in our previous question, whenever we were finding the difference between our, for example, if I when I was doing 173 upon 17, 173 upon 17. Now this 173 has power 1 only. So this was not very difficult for me to calculate the remainder in this case. Basically this 173 was nothing but 170 plus 3 upon 70. This 173, this 170 and 17 are going to get cancelled and 3 will be my remainder. Or I would say 3 to the power 1 is going to be my remainder. But this time I have 2 raised to the power 33. Now practically I cannot calculate 2 raised to the power 33 and then I divide by 9. Then what should I do? I should be doing anyhow make the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. I'm not telling you to change the numerator and denominator. I'm telling you to modify it to some extent so that our calculation becomes easy. So what we will do, 2 to the power 3 whole power 11. 33 can be written as 3 into 11 and divide by you are getting 9. So 2 to the power 3 is 8, 8 to the power 11 upon 9. So I have made the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. This 8 is 1 less than your denominator. So I will be writing minus 1 to the power 11 upon 9. So minus 1 to the power 11 will be going to be minus 1 upon 9. So again I would ask you, will my remainder be minus 1? Obviously no, it is going to be 9 minus 1, that is 8. 8 is my remainder in this case. Now I would request all of you to practice this question and do let me know the answer of this question in the comment section. I am waiting for your reply in the comment section. Are you able to do that? Okay, so I hope you must have got the answer, because although I have not gotten to the comment section, but I am expecting your answers. Okay, so now let me help you. So you can see that this 35 cannot be written 3 to the power or 3 into something. It cannot be written as 3 into something, but it can be written as this 2 upon 9. This 2 has power 3 into 11. So 3 into 11 is 33 plus 2, 35. You must be thinking, why I always write 3 into something? Can't I write 4 into 9 minus 1? The reason behind is that because 4 into 9, 36 minus 1 is 35. In this also I am also getting 35. In this way also I am getting 35. The reason behind is that I have to make the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. That's why I write 2 raised to the power 3, because 2 raised to the power 4 is going to be 16, and here the numerator and denominator's difference is not 1, it is 7. So I do not want to complicate my calculations. That's why I deliberately write 2 raised to the power 3 into 11 plus 2 upon 9. So I will be getting 2 raised to the this. Let us say this is 2 raised to the power m plus n. So you can write 2 raised to the power m into 2 raised to the power n upon 9. So this is 8 to the power 11 into 4 upon 9. Now again I have made the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. So this is minus, this numerator is 1 lesser than the denominator. So I will be saying that minus 1 to the power 11 into 4 upon 9. So I will be doing minus 1 into 4, that is minus 4 upon 9. So I will be getting 9 minus 4 is 5 as my, hold on, I will be getting 9 minus 4, that is 5 as my remainder. I hope you have understood this. Now 37 to the power 39 divide में you will be getting 9. So 37 to the power 39. Now again what you can think is that anyhow you make the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. That means either you have choice to make it 8 or 10 in the numerator. In the numerator anyhow you make 8 or I'm sorry people, either you make 8 or 10, but you can see that this 37 is a prime number, so you cannot bring 8 or 10 at any cost. Then what should I do? What should we do? We can think that why not read table of 9, because by reading table of 9 I can reach up to 37 to the closest. So I can see that this 37 can be written as 9 into 4 plus 1 upon 9, and this 37 has power 39. So obviously this 9 into 4, this 9 into 4 will give me 0 as my remainder. So the remainder that only I am left with is only 1. So I will be getting 1 to the power 39 upon 9. So I will be getting 1 as my remainder, right? So this is 4 to the power 40.33. I advise you to do by your own and do let me know in the comment section. If you have any doubt, I will be answering you in the comment box. Now 3 to the power 102 upon 82. So what choice do I have? Either I make 81 or 83 in the numerator. So I can see that this 81 can be written as 3 to the power something. What is that 3 to the power something? That is 3 to the power 4. I can write in this way. And 83 is a primer, so I should not be considering this. So 3 to the power 4. So anyhow I should be having 3 to the power 4 in my numerator. So this 102 can be written as 4 into 25. 4 into 25 is 100. How much is left? How many are left? 2 is left. So plus 2. So this time instead of writing 3 to the power 3, previously I was writing 2 to the power 3. So 2, because 2 to the power 3 I was getting 8, and in my denominator I had 9. So 8 and 9 had common difference 1. In the same way here I am getting 3 to the power 4, that is 81, and in my question in my denominator I have 82. So the difference is 1. So anyhow you have to make the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. So 4 into 25 plus 2. So again this is 3 to the power m plus n. So you can write it as 3 to the power m into 3 to the power n upon 82. So this is 3 to the power 4 is 81 whole power 25 into 3 to the power 2 is 9 upon 82. So there you can see that difference between 81 and 82 is 1. This 81 is 1 lesser, so I will be writing minus 1 to the power 25 into 9 upon 82. So you will be getting minus 9 upon 82. That is again your remainder cannot be negative. So the answer would be 82 minus 9, that is 73. You will be getting 73 as your remainder. Now the next question. Next question is 2 to the power 35 upon 10. So what you can do that 2 to the power 35 upon 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So this 2 and this power 35 will become power 34. So you are getting 2 to the power 34 can be again written as 2 into 17 upon 5. Why did 2 into 17 not 7 students? So 2 to the power 2 into 17, that means 4 to the power 17 upon 5. Again I have made the difference between numerator and denominator to be 1. So this our numerator is 1 lesser, so I will be writing minus 1 to the power 17 upon 5. So it is going to be minus 1 upon 5. Now before you tick mark 1 as your answer or 4 as your answer, 4 minus 1 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. Before you tick 4 or 1 or -1 as your correct answer, remember one thing, my dear students, that you had 10 in the denominator in the actual question. But when you begin to solve in the middle step, in between, you cancel this 2 by 2 to the power 35 and you got 5 at your denominator. So again, it is your job to make this denominator 10. How you will do that? You will multiply by 2 and divide by 2. You will be getting -2 to the power 10. So the remainder is going to be 10 minus 2 is 8. This is one of the approaches of doing question. Second approach of doing this question is that we have 10 in our denominator. So whenever we have 10, 100, 1000 in our denominator, it is always advised that you find the last digit, second last digit or the third last digit of the numerator. How will you find the last digit? We have already studied this, that 2 to the power 35. If I were to find 2 to the power 35, if I find 2 to the power 35, so I can write 2 to the power 35 is 4 into 8, 32 plus 3. So this 4 into 8 is not going to change my unit place. I will be getting 2 raised to the power 3, that is 8. So 8 is my unit place, or I would say 8 is my remainder. Some of you may be thinking that why did I find unit place in this question, not in previous question. Specifically for this question, if I find unit place, I could confidently say that the unit that the remainder is going to be the same as at the unit place. Why is it so? For example, if you consider 117. Now if I tell you find the remainder when you divide it by 10, so you can simply, without division as well, you can say that 7, which is my unit place, will be going to be my remainder. You can check as well. 10 ones are 10, 1 7, 10 ones are 10, remainder is 7. So whatever is at your unit place, that the same number is going to be your remainder as well. So I hope you must have understood why did I find unit place in this question. Okay, so this was all about number system. Now the second topic that we are going to discuss today is going to be percentage along with ratio and proportion. I will be doing these questions for you as well for our practice. Now we will be starting with very simple question. But before we do, let us understand some basic. Whenever we talk about percentage, so percentage is made up of two words, that is per and then second is cent. Per is 1 and cent is 100. So percentage is nothing but 1 by 100. So basically the literal meaning of percentage is 1 by 100, or the sorry, or the this symbol percentage of symbol can be replaced with 1 by 100. So if I say 65%, so this 65% means that 65 into 1 by 100, or you can say that 65 by 100. That means out of 100 marks you got 65 marks. That's why you are saying 65%. Now our first question is, what is the 10% of 20% of 25% of 100? So the question reads 10%. 10% is 10 by 100, or you can simply say 1 by 10. Of means multiplication. 10% of 20%. 20% is 20 by 100, which is nothing but 1 by 5. Of 25%. 25% is 25 by 100, which is nothing but 1 by 4. Of 100. So you can see that 1 by 10 into 1 by 5 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 100. Now whenever you encounter such type of question in your actual examination, instead of doing this as your first step, start from here. That should be your first step ideally, in order to reduce your time for a specific question. Obviously, this first step is going to take a little bit time, although you can think that this step is not going to take a lot of time, yet small steps takes you to the goal. So that's why I'm suggesting you that you should be starting from here instead of here. So the 0 and 0 cancel, 5 and 10 cancel 2 times, 2 by 4 is 0.5. So my correct answer is 0.5. Next question. Ashok sells his good 50% dearer. Dearer means costlier than Shankar and 20% dearer than Vishnu. So what is this question saying? Ashok sells his goods 50% dearer than Shankar. So this is Ashok, this is Shankar. So let us say if Shankar sells at rupees 100, Ashok is going to sell at 150. That is 3:2. This is one of the ratios. Second ratio states that and 20% dearer than Vishnu. So this is Ashok and this is Vishnu. So if Vishnu sells at 100, Ashok is going to sell at 120. Here the ratio is 2 5s are 2 6 are. So we have to find how much percentage is Vishnu's good dearer than Shankar. Means we have to compare both Vishnu and Shankar. So let us bring all of them, that is Ashok, Shankar and Vishnu, on a single scale. I can see that Ashok is present here as well. Ashok is present in this ratio as well. So I will be keeping Ashok in between, and on the left hand side I am writing it Vishnu, and on the right hand side I am writing Shankar. You can do either way, other way around as well, that Shankar here and Vishnu here, you can do as well, but Ashok should be in the between, in the middle, because Ashok is the one person who is common to both the ratios. So A is to S is 3:2. A is to S is 3:2, and A is to B is 6:5. So A is to B is 6:5. Now what I can do here is that I have two spaces blank here. So those blank space should be filled with those number which are nearer to that blank. So this blank has 3 nearer to it, and this blank has 6 near to it. Now I will multiplying all these. 3 into 5. This is 3 into 6, and this is 2 into 6. So you can cancel them as well. I can see that 3 and 3 2s are 6 are cancelled. So I am getting 5:6:4. Now what my question reads, how much percent is Vishnu's good? Vishnu is 5. Dearer than Shankar. So I can see that Vishnu's goods are dearer than Shankar. How much unit are greater than? It is 1 unit dearer than Shankar. So the comparison is from Shankar. So I would be writing value of Shankar in the denominator. The value of Shankar in our case is 4. 4 in the denominator. How much percentage Vishnu's good is dearer? Means by how much percent? So I can see that 5 minus 4 is going to be 1. So 1 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 4, and in order to you have to find percentage, so into 100 you will be getting 25%. So you can see that 25 is going to be your correct answer. Now next question, it reads that a number is mistakenly divided by 2 instead of being multiplied by 2. Find the percentage change in the result due to this mistake. Means what happened, actually this 100, let us say this is our number. You can assume any number x, y. I am assuming it 100 for the sake of easiness in my calculation. A number, let us say 100, is mistakenly divided by 2. Means this 100 divided by equal to 250. This answer came by mistake. This answer came by mistake. Number is mistakenly divided by 2 instead of being multiplied by 2. Actually, the correct answer had to be 100 into 2. That means it should have been 200. That is the correct answer. So you have been asked find the percentage change in the result due to this mistake. Means you got 50 instead of 200. That means the change is 200 minus 50. That is 150. But you have to find the percentage change. So percentage change is basically 150 upon. Now you must be thinking whether it should be 50 or 200. So we should always be taking the original number in the denominator. What is original in my case? It is the correct answer, because the actual answer, the original answer had to be 200, but 50's we got 50 by mistake. So 200 has to be in denominator. So 150 upon 200, and since we have to find percentage, so percentage means into 100. So this is 0 and 0 got cancelled. 5 3s are 15, 5 4s are 20. So 3 by 4 into 100. So 4, 3 times 25. So 25 into 3 is going to be 75% is going to be your answer. So I hope you must have understand this question. The correct answer is 75. Next question. In a mixture of 100 liters of milk and water, 25% of the mixture is milk. So I have a 100-liter mixture of milk and water. Out of this 100, 25% is again 25% of 100 is 25 itself. So this 25% is milk. So if 25% is milk, obviously this 75 is going to be my water. Now the question reads, how much water should be added? That means I should be adding some water. So that means I should be adding some value to 75. How much water should be added to the mixture so that milk become 20% of the mixture? Now some of you may be confused that we have to add to the mixture, that something should be added to mixture milk as well. So for them I would like to clear that our mixture is made up of milk and water. Now if you increase the volume of milk, the entire quantity of mixture is going to be increased. If you increase the volume of water, the entire quantity of mixture is going to be increased. So you should not be confused in this way that if I am adding water, so mixture is not increasing. Mixture is increasing, but the ratio of water is also increasing as compared to milk. You should consider this as well. So my question reads that how much water should be added? So I should be adding 75 plus X. Water will be added in the water itself. Although the quantity of milk and water altogether will automatically increase as soon as I increase the quantity of water or I increase the quantity of milk. So the question reads, how much water should be added so that the milk becomes 20% of the mixture? So if milk becomes 20% of the mixture, obviously water should be 80% now. The new percentage quantity of water should be 80%. Initially it was 75%. So ratio of milk and water. So milk initially was 25 and water was 75. Now it is told that add some quantity to water. So you did 75 plus X so that your ratio becomes 20 of milk and 80 that of water. So it is going to be 1 by 4. Now I will cross multiply both. So I will be getting 4 into 25 is 100 is equal to 75 plus X. So X will be going to be 25. So the correct answer is 25 here. That means you should be adding 25% of water in order to make the ratio, the percentage of milk to be 20% in the mixture. So I hope you have understood this question. Next one. A landowner increase the length and width of a rectangular plot. Let us say this is your rectangular plot by 20% and 30%. So this is your length and this is your breadth. This length is increased by 20%. This breadth is also increased by 20%. 30% actually. You have to find the percentage change in the cost of plot assuming land prices are uniform throughout this plot. Now obviously as soon as your area will increase, the cost of price will also increase. Now it is also given that assuming that land prices are uniform throughout the plot. That means, what do you mean by uniform here? Uniform here means as much as you increase the size of the plot, in the same ratio, you will be getting the increased price of the plot. So let us say initially the plot, let us say it was of 100 by 100 or 10 by 10. Some of you may be thinking that why I'm taking a square shaped plot instead of rectangular shaped plot. That means 10 by 10 is represents a square here. So you should know that all the squares are rectangle itself. So you can take 20 by 10 as well. There is no wrong in that. So initially area of your plot was 100 square unit. But what happened next? Length increased by 20 and breadth increased by 30. So let us say length is 10, so it increased by 20%. 10 ka 20% if I were to find, so 10 into 20 by 100, it is going to be 2. That means you will be increasing 2 units. So from 10 you increase 2 units and became 12. In the same way, breadth also increased, so breadth become 10. From 10 it became 13. So it is going to be 156. 12 into 13 is 156. So now you can see that initially your area was 100 unit square. Now you have area as 156 unit square. So since area is increased by 56%, from 100 it became 156. So your area increased by 56%. So obviously the cost of the plot will also increase by 56% because it is told to us that land prices are uniform. So that means as much as you will increase the area of the plot, price will also be increased. So it will be 56%. This is one of the approaches. Second approach that you can use is, this is a shortcut I'm going to tell you, is that whenever there is change in something, whenever there is change in two entities, what are these two entities? In our question, those two entities are length and breadth. So whenever there is change in length, there is change in two entities, you can apply this formula: plus minus x% plus minus y% plus minus xy% upon 100. What does this plus minus indicates? It indicates if there is increment, you take the positive sign. If there is decrement, you will take the negative sign. So in our question, we have increased length and increased breadth. So we will be taking plus sign both the time. So I will be taking 10 plus 20 plus 10 into 20 upon, sorry, it is not 10 and 20, it is 30 and 20. So 30 plus 20 plus 30 into 20 upon 100. So you will be getting 30 plus 20 is 50 plus double 0 and double 0 got cancelled. You will be getting 3 2s are 6. So you will be getting 56% from here as well. So this is a shortcut to this question. I hope both the ways are understood by you. Now the next question is, the salary of Ajay is 10% more than that of Vivek. That means if this is Ajay, this is Vivek, Ajay's salary is 10% more. So if Vivek salary is 100, Ajay's salary is going to be 110. That means their ratio is 11:10. Find by what percent is the salary of Vivek less than that of Ajay. So you can see that salary of Vijay is 1 unit lesser. Salary of Vijay is 1 unit lesser. But what the question reads, find by how much, find by what percent is the salary of Vivek less. So 1 unit is less than that of Ajay. That means comparison is done with Ajay. So whomever is the with whoever we have comparison with, we take that person in denominator. So Ajay will be in your denominator. So 1 by 11, and you have to find percentage. So that is going to be 9.09% is our answer. Some of you may be confused that in our denominator what exactly will come. So let me tell you the hint. Let me tell you how to identify something original should always be in the denominator. Now, or that entity with which you are comparing. Now, some of you may be confused again that how do we know that? Then also then remember then whatever entity is written after this than or from, these are the keywords that you should be knowing. Than, from, so than Ajay, from Ajay. So I am getting Ajay after this then, so I have written Ajay in the denominator. So whatever comes after this than, from, yeah, in general we have these two keywords only, these two keywords. So whatever the entity after these two keywords, you will be telling that in the, you will be keeping that number in the denominator. So I hope you have understood this. Now, next question is, Sudhir spends 25% of his salary on his house rent, 20% of the rest, this word is very important, 25% of the rest spends on his children's education, and 10% of the total salary he spends on clothes. After his expenditure, he is left with 20,000. What is the Sudhir's salary? Now, let us say Sudhir's salary is 100%. What happens is that Sudhir spends 25% of his salary on house rent. So 100 minus 25% is going to be 75%. Now this 75% he is left with. This is house. This 25% is of house. 75% he is left with. Now he spends, sorry, 20% of the rest he spends on children. So 20% of the rest. So 20% of this. So 75 ka 20%. 20% is nothing but 20% is nothing but 20 by 100, which is 1 by 5. So 75 ka 1/5. That is 15%. He spends on children's education. That means initially, now how much he is left with? He is left with 75 minus 15. That is 60% he is left with. Then, and 10% of the total. Now this time he's not saying 10% of the rest. So you will not be finding 10% of the 60. No, you will be finding 10% of the total. Total was 100% only. So 10%. So that means again 60% minus 10%. It is going to be 50%. 10% of the total salary he spends on clothes. So this 10% he spends on clothes. You have to find after his expenditure he is left with 20,000. That means this 50% he is left with. So can I say that this 50% and this 20,000, they are the same thing, because 50% he is left with, 20,000 he is left with. So these are the same thing. So you have to find what is Sudhir's salary. Sudhir's salary was 100%. So 50% is 20,000. So 100% is going to be double of 20,000, that is 40,000. So our correct answer would be A, right? Now let's move on to the next question. I have the ratio between two numbers is 7:11 and the LCM is 154. I have to find the first number. Now I assume that my numbers are 7x and 11x. Now if I were to take LCM of these numbers, So x is common to both the numbers. I will be dividing by x first. So I would be doing 7 and 11. Then I would be dividing by 7, 1. Sorry, people. I will be dividing by 7. So I will be getting 1 and 11 as it is. Then I would be dividing by 11, 1 comma 1. So my LCM would be x into 7 into 11 is going to be 77x. So my LCM is going to be 77x, which is given 154 to me. And then LCM. So obviously this x is nothing but 2. 154 by 77 is 2. So I have to find the first number. The first number was 7x. So it will be 7 into 2. That is 14. Right? If in the same question, if I were told HCF instead of LCM, if I were told HCF equal to 154 and the ratio is 7:1. So what will be HCF? So my numbers are 7x and 11x. So what will be the HCF? HCF is that number which is common to both the number. So x is common to both. So I would be saying that here x is given as 154. Now if I were to find the first number, the first number would be 7x, that is 7 into 154. So this multiplication of this number will be your answer. So I have told you both the cases when LCM is given and when HCF is given. So I hope it is understood by you. Now the next question is, P and Q are two alloys of aluminum and brass prepared by mixing metals in proportion 7:2 and 7:1 respectively. If equal quantities, this is what the most important part of the question is. If the equal quantities of the two alloys are melted to form the third alloy R, so you have to find the proportion of aluminum and brass in R. So basically in P, you are having the ratio of aluminum and brass in the ratio 7:2, while in the Q metal it is 7:11. The question states that equal quantity of both elements is taken. So that means anyhow I have to make the elements of P and Q to be equal. So how will I make that? First let us see how exactly, or I would say in terms of ratio, how P and Q are. Basically P is 7 plus 2 9 units and Q is 7 plus 11 18 units. So obviously they are not equal. In order to make them equal, I have two choices. Either I make them equal to 9, both P and Q I should be making equal to 9, and or the second choice is that both should be equal to 18. Then only I will be able to say that P and Q are equal. So the better approach is that I make 9 to 18. So what I will do is that I will multiply entire term by 2. So the new ratio will be 14:4 and 7:11. Now you can see that 14 plus 4 is 18 unit, P is also 18 unit and Q is also 18 unit. Why did we make it 18 both the case? Because we had to make equal quantities. That's why I made them equal. Now this is aluminum, this is brass. Now what has been told, are melted to form a third alloy R. That means they are to be mixed. So in order to mix, we will simply add them. So A will be 14 plus 7 21 and B will be 4 plus 11 15. So that means the ratio of aluminum and brass in R would be 21:15. That is going to be 3 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15. So the answer would be 7:5. So our option C is correct. Right? Let us say in this question, if it were told, if the two alloys are melted in the ratio 2:3, instead of equal quantities, you are told in the ratio of 2:3. So what you will do is that you will have to do one extra step. After making them equal, anyhow you will always, the first step will be that you always make them equal, then you will multiply 2 in the first unit and 3 in the second unit. So in the next ratio, in the the next ratio will be, here it will be, hold a minute people, it should be 2 multiplied here and it should be 3, so that it becomes 36 and it becomes 54. Now they are in the ratio 2:3. So this ratio will become 28:8, and you will multiply by 3, it would be 21:33. And now you should be adding them in order to get the new ratio after mixing in the ratio 2:3. Right? So I hope you have understood this. How do we convert them into some ratio, some random ratio? Okay. The next question is, the incomes of P and Q are in the ratio 1:2 and their expenditure are in the ratio 1:3. If each saves 500, then P's income can be. So we have to find P's income. Now we should know one of the relations between income, expenditure and saving, that income is equal to our expenditure plus our saving. Our income is composed of two things, that is how much our expenditure is and whatever savings are. So when we will combine both, we will be getting our actual income or in-hand income, you will say that. So income is in expenditure plus saving. So you can see that the incomes are in the ratio x:2x. So, right, incomes are in the ratio x:2x and the expenditure 1:3. Okay, if each saves 500, so can I say that income minus saving is going to be expenditure, right? So I'm using this concept. So income is x and 2x. I will be subtracting 500 from both the entities. Now income minus saving, this become expenditure. Income minus saving, this become my expenditure, and this expenditure are in the ratio 1:3. Now I have to find income of P. So that means I have to find the value of x. And if I were asked income of Q, I would be finding 2x. So I will be cross multiplying. I will be getting 3x minus 1500 is going to be 2x minus 500. So it will be 3x minus 2x equal to 1500 minus 500. So it will be x will be equal to 1000. So this is what salary of P is. So my answer would be 8,000. Now this is probably my last question for the day. The speeds of 3 bikes. So the ratio of speeds is given 1:2:3. The ratio between time taken by these bikes. So we know that we have been given a ratio of speed S1:S2:S3. That is 1:2:3. Now I know that speed equal to distance upon time. That means I can say that speed and time are inversely proportional. So if my speed is S1, time is going to be distance upon T1. If distance is common, let us say distance is x unit or 1 unit. So distance is, my time would be, speed can be written as distance upon speed. Distance upon speed is distance upon 1. Time क्या होगा? I have to find ratio of time. I have to find ratio of time. तो टाइम का रेशियो किस तरह से निकालेंगे? सो आई विल कंसीडर स्पीड ओनली. स्पीड इज डिस्टेंस अपॉन स्पीड. So distance upon speed. Speed is 1 S1. Then distance upon speed is this time S2 is 2. And distance upon speed is 3. So you can say that D and D are is cancelled. You will be getting 1 by 1 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3. So the fact is, even if you do not take D, you can find simply by doing the reciprocal of the speed, you can get your ratio of time. So, but my options are not in this way. So obviously I have to convert them into the integer form. They are in fractional form. So what I will do is that I will be taking LCM of 1, 2 and 3. So LCM of 1, 2 and 3 would be 6. So I will multiplying this entire ratio by 6. So I will be getting 6 upon 1 ratio 6 upon 2 ratio 6 upon 3. So that is 6 is to 3 is to 2. So the correct answer is 6 to 3 is to 2. That is correct option is option D. So I hope you must have enjoyed this lecture and you have learned a lot of concepts today. Please do let me know if you have any doubt, and yeah, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.